Okay, so welcome to time telling challenge, elapsed time with the sunrise sunset. I deliberately did not show anybody this until after everybody basically solved it. So I want you to understand that you may think that there's something wrong with your answer, and there might be something wrong with your answer. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with that. Okay, if you can't make a mistake, exactly, you can't make anything. So from here on in, for a long time, it's going to be very complicated. As you get more sunlight, it gets more complex. Okay, so step one, because we know that the sunrise, I'm just going to write this off on the side so we can remind ourselves. The sunrise was at 5:45 a.m. and the sunset was at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. on the dot. Okay, so step one, what do? We have to add, because there's a change from AM to PM, we need to add 12 to the PM time. 12 plus 8 equals 20. Okay, you want to write it like this, going horizontally, it's fine. So 8 o'clock is 2000 hours. Step two, we start with the end time and we end with the start time. So we have, that's sloppy, 20 hundred hours, right? 20 hours minus 5:45 a.m. Now, we should always keep in mind for the last few days, it's definitely, for the almost last week, it's been 14 hours and something minutes. 14 hours exactly, if you remember last Friday. 1402, 1405, 1407, 13, all that. So it's increasing approximately 2 minutes per day. So we can't subtract 0 minus 5. We can't take any minutes from here. So we say, okay, we need to take an hour of power. But the problem is we don't have an hour to take. But we do have a bunch of time right over here. So we are going to follow our rules. Okay, that becomes one less. And this becomes a 10. Yes, it does become a 10. Because 110, 10 ones is the same thing as 20. 110 is 10. 10 ones is 20. 2000 hours. So now we have an hour that we can take. Nothing changes. Don't let this 10 throw you off. Now that we're talking about an hour of power, right? We take 1 hour, okay, and then we give this 60 minutes. That's great. We could subtract here. We can subtract here. We can even subtract here. But we still can't subtract over here. So we have to take 10 minutes and give it here. 5 tens is 50. 10 ones is 10. 50 plus 10 equals 60. That's your hour. Now we can subtract. 10 minus 5 equals 5. 5 minus 4 equals 1. 9 minus 5 equals 4. And we bring down the 1. And you should get used to when it's 45 minutes past the hour, the new hour is 15 minutes away, which is right what we have here. So we have 14 hours and 15 minutes. I would suggest that you review this video over and over and over again, because it's going to be like this for at least, obviously, until we switch to 2100 hours. Then it gets complicated, even more complicated when it gets to that, when it gets to be 9 o'clock. And believe it or not, you should be in school around June. It should be around that time, okay? But it's going to be like this for a while. So again, step one, AM to PM, add 12 hours to the PM time, okay? Then step two, 12 plus 8 equals 20. So again, and I notice it's a bit more organized, but I'm just going to say 2000 hours minus 5:45, and then you go through your steps. Now to check it, to check it, sorry about that pause, we take our hours of sunlight, 14 hours and 15 minutes, and we go up the ladder. But we do the inverse, which means the opposite. Opposite with an O. Okay? And we add 545. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 10 or more go next door. 4 plus 1 equals 5. Plus 1 more is 6. Who can that be? Maybe it's Kitago. All right. So 4 plus 1 equals 5. Plus 1 more equals 6. So I'm going to put that over here for right now, okay? And then we're going to add 9 and 1. Now, there is no such time as 1960. But we know that 60 minutes equals 1 hour. 60 minutes equals 1 hour. So we can add 1 hour to that, and we get 2,000 hours. And one other way that we could do it is we could do the same check. We can do 1415 plus 545. Okay, again, 10 or more go next door. 4 plus 1 plus 1 equals 6. We know that there's no 60 in terms of an hour, like we don't say 1960. We take that hour and we regroup it. 5 plus 4 plus 1 equals 10, or you could do 1 plus 4, right? Equals 5 plus 5, and then 5. 1 plus 4 or 4 plus 1 equals 5, plus 5 more equals 10. 10 or more go next door. 20. So again, review this. It's serious. It's going to be complicated for a long time.